So in this scene, we get to learn a lot about Polonius. What do we know about Polonius? So please paint a picture of his character. Get to know this character. He is advisor to the king, and he is obviously interested in political power, so he tries to be close to the king so that he can gain some of that power. He's not very intelligent, and he does not have insight into Claudius's character. So he's not like Hamlet, who has a lot of insight into people. He shows blind loyalty because he wants to be on the side of political power. He's meddling and he interferes in his children's lives. He has sent a servant to spy on laities in France. So the spying theme comes across very strongly in the first 3 acts of Hamlet. He thinks he knows the reason behind Hamlet's madness. So he's a real know-it-all. He thinks he knows everything. He talks far too much. Polonius brings Ophelia to Gertrude and Claudius, and he makes her read one of the letters that Hamlet wrote. Polonius is very long-winded. That means he talks too much. And this irritates Gertrude, and she says more matter with less art. However, Gertrude thinks that Polonius might be right. She thinks maybe it is his love for Ophelia which has driven him mad. In the end, Polonius comes up with an idea to spy on Hamlet and Ophelia when they are together to determine whether the reason behind Hamlet's lunacy is love. He will hide behind an arras. An arras is a wall hanging. Hamlet enters reading a book. He's still putting on the antic disposition, and it is clear that he finds Polonius very irritating and thinks that he is a fool. And he uses the word, these tedious old fools. Tedious means tiring. So he's a tiring old fool. His tone towards Polonius is very sarcastic. The meeting between Hamlet and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, all right, now they've just appeared at Elsinore, his old childhood friends. And at first he seems happy to see his 2 old friends. However, it also becomes clear that he does not trust them at all. He immediately wants to know why they have arrived in Denmark. Is it a free visitation? Meaning, did you come here of your own free will? They eventually admit that they were sent for. They admit that they were asked to come to the palace by Claudius and Gertrude, not from their own free will. And so remember, Hamlet can see through people. All right, so they will not get away with a lie. At that point, a group of traveling actors arrive at the castle. Hamlet is very happy to see them and welcomes them. He invites them to spend the night at Elsinore and put on a play before the king. So Hamlet has a plan. This is what his plan is, and you also now need to know what Hamlet's fatal flaw is. So by now you might be wondering why Hamlet does not just go and kill Claudius immediately. He killed Hamlet's father. He married Hamlet's mother. So he's got enough reasons to be able to get revenge. And during those times, if you were a young man and someone killed your father, it was a matter of honor to get revenge. If you did not get revenge, you were considered to be weak. However, Hamlet has a character flaw. So that is a weakness in his character, which is procrastination. He overthinks and he does not take action when he needs to. This is very important to understand about Hamlet's character. He also has a moral dilemma. He's not 100% sure whether the ghost was really his father or whether it was an evil spirit. Therefore, he needs to make double sure that if he kills Claudius, he's doing the right thing. Therefore, he comes up with this plan. The play within a play. So, the actors will put on a play the following night called The Murder of Gonzago. This story looks similar to the story that the ghost told about how he was murdered by his brother. Hamlet will put his own 16 lines into the play. That's very important. He will watch Claudius closely while the play is happening to determine whether he is guilty. And Act 2 ends with Hamlet's second soliloquy, which you will be taught in class by your teacher. Remember what a soliloquy is, and remember that the purpose of a soliloquy is to show us the state of mind of the character.